See, because to overcome adversity, oftentimes we have to choose to be courageous. When you're leading other people, when you're dealing with a client, oftentimes you get that little feeling in your gut, even in personal relationships, right? You're having an argument, let's say, and you get that feeling in your gut and you say, oh my goodness, now if I say that, I might get myself into a little bit of trouble, but we're going to get to the real end result. Be courageous. I would encourage everybody in all of your relationships to be courageous. Be courageous like my mother was. And always act. When you have that little feeling in your belly, act on it. Take action. Be like a child. Aren't children great? Why are children great? Because they don't have that little feeling of fear in their belly, do they? No, they just say what's on their mind. So about 6 months ago, my wife Amy and I were standing in our kitchen at home, and we have this neighbor. Now, to protect his identity, tonight we're going to call him Doug. So Doug, who lived like 3 houses down, was parking this minivan right in front of our house 365 days a year. Now I'm embellishing a little bit, and here's why. Because they actually called it their airport vehicle. So maybe 1 week out of the whole year, I didn't have to look at this minivan. So several months ago, Amy and I are having this conversation, and I said, honey, what do we need to do? We got to put a sign in the yard that says, don't park your car here anymore? I mean, it was crazy. We even had somebody who was at the house. The car this one day was parked right behind our drive, on the opposite side of the street, right behind if somebody were to pull out. So this person's at our house, backs right into the car, damages the vehicle, still haven't heard from the neighbor. Doug, maybe you want to get the car fixed, right? So about 3 months ago, I come home from work, standing on the front porch, and I got my little man, Isaac, right next to me. And who comes walking down the street? It's Doug. And here comes Doug walking down the street, and Doug says, hey, Ben, how you doing? Hey, Doug, how are you? And all of a sudden, I look down, and Isaac's standing there like this. And he says, hey, Doug, we're going to put a sign in our yard that says, don't park your car there anymore. I mean, you thought Doug would have taken off sprinting. I'm ready to go into the house, and here's Isaac standing there like this. 5 years old, proud as could be. Handled Daddy's dirty work. You know the best part of the story? They don't park their car there anymore. So what's the moral of the story? Oftentimes when we choose to be courageous, we end up getting a pretty positive result. But it's that resistance to our fears that keeps us from actually saying what is on our minds. Even when you know that if you say it, you're going to get a positive result, we hold back. Shoot, I do it all the time. I did it in that situation. But now you try hard that when you think it, you fight it, and then you say it, and you grow these amazing relationships.